My name is Anthony Johnson, better known as Rajon, and this is my story. I was born and raised in the military. I'm the son of a military man, and I call them military juniors because of the Navy. But I always wanted to be a hairstylist ever since the 8th grade. Hey, you ready? All right, let me sweep up this hair. George Bush Sr., who had this thing about, you know, when you send your Navy SEALs and they get captured, who are going to go in and get them if they're the elite of the elite? So they created a search and rescue SEAL team, and I was one of the first ones to do that. We're just going to evenly distribute the weight through your hair, because when they cut your hair, the hair is solid here, and then it barely drops there, and then it thins out and gets right there, because they were trying, I guess, frame it around your face. Came to Charlotte, and I finished at a Paul Mitchell signature school here in Gastonia, in the gas house, they call it. Did that and started doing hair at Charles Grayson. Now let me give you a better idea of what I'm about. I'm a married man with 3 kids, and I have 2 boys and a daughter.
Yes. Wow. It's like you gotta be sticking out short.
What, like Halle Berry short?
A little bit more.
I'm a family guy. I do a lot of stuff, and hair is my passion. I love doing it. If I was rich, I wouldn't even charge to do hair. It's just the way I am. I wish I was rich, so I wouldn't have to charge for doing hair. See, it kind of works out. You're smoothing it out and you're done. Your sisters can come and get you. You have a good time. It's your birthday, isn't it? Ah, happy birthday. Just turned 21 and ready to go get some drinks on.
Watch out, here I come.
I always wanted to be a hairstylist, and working at Charles Grayson my first 6 months, we went down to Charleston to a hair show, introduced myself to the Massey family, and next thing you know, I got a letter in the mail to go to New York City to try out for the Architect Global Design team. I went there, found out later that out of the 65 that was there, that was chosen out of 5,000 videotapes and some that were handpicked. Out of that 65, after that weekend was over with, they chose 11. He don't even come to work until after soap operas go off. Is that something? All right, I'm not working until my soap operas, General Hospital on. And he does look at General Hospital. And from that point on, I became a Loreal session artist and portfolio artist. I worked my way from the bottom. I'm not completely to the top yet, but I'm working my way up there. And the top is being the creative director. And I have yet to reach that plateau. I'm pretty much one level away from it, but I have not reached that plateau. They act like they don't want to work. They want stuff given to them, you know? Like, I have this assistant. I was thinking he was going to show up, but I have this assistant, Tony. I mean, he had to be, you know, if he don't go to school on Saturdays, he come here and I have to sign off on his paperwork. I mean, what's that all about? I mean, he don't show up. He didn't show up. And then they complain why they're not getting any clients and don't have no business. Straight guys always put hair in women's face. And women who do hair don't do that. You know that? So I'm gonna be putting it towards your face. It's an exotic thing. I actually start out at the bottom. I started out at the bottom as an educator and going into salons. Won my first award in New York, like 4 years later.
Oh, make me over.
First style that we did was where the baseline is slightly below the shoulders, layered through the interior. that particular haircut was mainly a low line layer cut with fringes going towards the face. Started out with 6 sections, 5 triangle sections, and 1 rectangle section. Cut it with diagonal parts with 90 degrees with the hair coming straight out, horizontally, all the way around the head. And that haircut is a free-flowing haircut, which gives a lot of movement and creates volume. At the same time, it's easier, more functional, so that client can utilize that hair for herself and do it at home and get the same look that I've done at the salon. That, from the collection, that is actually not our Aspen look, but I think that's our peacock cut for that particular color, because in the peacock cut, the color it matches the coloring with the blue that's going to be low lighted in the hair. Cool. You're welcome, and you got your gift certificate, so everything is, you are settled. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Enjoy it. Now, the second haircut was a crop cut that was shagged. It was shagged out throughout, cut in the palms, like same thing, 5 triangle sections, 1 rectangle section, with horizontal part in particular. With this particular haircut, cut in my palms up to the occipital and then over my fingers, cut and shagged out. Make it PC, and then I use the arc razor, which is a razor comb by Paul Mitchell. Once again, I can use anybody else's tools and get what I need, but this is the arc razor, and it's like combs on each end, and then it separates the hair and make it choppy and PC and spiky. Now, the last haircut, that particular haircut is pretty much a long layer cut, and it is, which cut is that one? I think that one was from the Boudoir. I think the Boudoir Glamour, which is not the Rare Species collection. I cut that one in the Boudoir Glamour collection because they don't have it here, number 1. 2, it gives it body and tassel and movement, and the tasseling of the hair and the curliness and the waviness in it. And then I did an angle cut in the front fringe so they can go to the side. That haircut was started with 5 triangle sections and 1 rectangle section. Then I started that haircut in the front. The other ones were started in the back. This one was started with diagonal parts in the front. If you think about the way I cut their hair will cut geometrically. If you look at in geometry, diagonal parts, isosceles, math, algebra, triangles, and diagonals, that's how we cut hair, because a head is a circle, it's not a square. And some people do cut squares when they cut hair, but at Loreal we cut a head in a circle because we wanted to be even and round instead of flat and triangle. If I would do a straight, bone straight, it would be flawless. Instead of having to see if I can crack the whip a little bit and get my people trained and get them to learn and do those looks, because once I get the flagship, I will not be doing the everyday Charlotte style. It's going to change the whole thing. I'm going to change the whole thing. What I do in the hair shows and the fashion show is what I'm going to do in the salon. I'm going to take out of my repertoire the daily, regular looks, because that is not what I'm going to be about. If you're going to pay $75 to come get your haircut by me, it's going to be the 38 haircuts, or 38 looks that I've done for the last 7 to 10 years on stage, for magazines, for Style TV, for Queer's Eye Straight Guy, for Kathleen and Regis, for Good Morning New York. And that's what I'm going to present in Charlotte from my salon. I want it to be not only top-notch, I can be a hole-in-the-wall salon and do those, but I would rather, I'm a fly under the radar, but I want to be a very impact stylist. And that's what I'm going to be about in the future, which is like starting in the next 6 months to a year. And that's what I want to do. My name is Anthony Johnson, better known as Rajon, the owner of Rajon Studio Salon, and that's my story.